Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Anything Blows. My name's Dika, and today I'm proud to be joined by Daniel Krotter. Daniel, you've introduced yourself to the UK scene last year. You're going to be fighting
Yeah.
at York Hall on March the 30th. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, correct. Yeah, March the 30th in the York Hall, yeah, at the top tier show.
Perfect. So I want to
Yeah.
take you back a little bit before we go forward. Talk about your amateur career and your amateur pedigree because it's unreal. And talk about your background, Russian, German.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. First of all, nice to meet you. Happy to be in this meeting with you. Yeah, about me. So, like you said, I'm Daniel Krotter, 25 years old. I started boxing when I was 10 years old. So my first fight was in 2009. My father was three-time national champion of Russia in his boxing career, and yeah, then he moved over to Germany. Then I was born in Germany, started boxing there. Had yeah about 200 amateur fights. So my first Europeans, I went to the European Schoolboys, was in 2013 in Dublin. So the first time fighting an international tournament. Yeah, and so the last 5 years, I fought in the national team for Germany, and I was in the Olympic team. So yeah, I boxed at the Olympic qualifier, I boxed at the World Championships, Europeans, and multiple international tournaments. Boxed against Kazakh, Cubans, Uzbeks. Won also against world class fighters who went to the Olympics. And yeah, unluckily, I didn't qualify for the Olympics, but yeah, now we're here. 2-0 as a pro now. I'm looking forward to move to the UK soon, and yeah, push my push my career here, and yeah, become world champion soon.
And before we move on, we see it now with Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben. How much of an inspiration is your father to you, and how much help did he give you to get into the sport of boxing?
You know, my father's a hard old school teacher. You know, we got a strict childhood. My older brother and me, we was both boxers. And yeah, in the morning we had to wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. for a run and then go to school, sleep, eat, and then go back to training. So we trained twice a day, even as teenagers. And he always like was our motivator. It's like if you want to achieve something, you have to work hard. And yeah, he was the one who teach me all the Soviet style, teach me all my boxing technique. He was the one, especially the first year of my career, traveled around the world. We went to Russia, we went to um, whole Europe for some international tournaments. So he put a lot of work in my career, and at the end of the day, yeah, I'm thankful and a lot of of my successes because of him. You know. Yeah.
I'd love to hear that, champ. And let's talk about it there. What was your favourite memory in the amateurs, and what's your most notable achievement?
Um, I remember I was at the World Championships Youth in St. Petersburg, and the first time I went to World Championships in my young career, and the first fight I had to fight against a Cuban boxer, you know, and I remember in the camp 6 7 weeks, like Cuban boxers are the best boxers in the Olympic boxing. You know, if you see the history, and in my training camp, always watch some Cuban boxers training camp preparations, and yeah, watch some Cuban boxers for inspiration. And then boom, first fighting against a Cuban. And the first moment I was shocked because I thought, fuck, 6 weeks of hard training, first fight against the yeah the best fight of the weight division, and yeah, of course I was really at first I was shocked, maybe a little bit scared, but I was thinking, okay, I trained so hard. He's a human being. I'm a human being. We like when we step up in this ring, it's all about mindset. It's all about who's the best. And I remember I stepped in the ring, and I thought like I'm the Cuban. So at the end of the fight, I won, and like I did some. It was how to say, not a surprise, but a lot of people didn't um didn't expected that, and I won this fight against Cuban, and for me it was it showed me that you can win against everyone. It doesn't care where you're from, so just put in a hard camp, and then you're able to win against everyone. So from this point, from this victory, I knew you can win against Cubans, you can win against Americans, you can win against Russians. It all belongs to your training camp. So this was the best moment in my young career.
I love that
Yeah,
champion. I believe Tyson Fury and Peter Fury said it the other day. The Fury family said any man that's born from his mother is beatable and they don't fear anyone.
correct, 100%.
And talk about it. Maybe one day you'll have the opportunity to go to Cuba, but of course, Cuba, they have the best of the best. We see the name doesn't ring a bell right now, but we see some of their athletes go straight away into the first pro fight and they fight for international titles.
Mm.
And being in your home nation, you pulled off an upset. But did you feel like even your supporters, even the Russians, thought that you'd win that fight or not?
You mean in the World Championships?
Yeah, yeah.
I think no. I think no one thought I will win this fight. I think even my father was like, "Oh shit, first fight against Cuban," but yeah, just give your best and we see. But then I shocked everyone, and I shocked even myself. But I showed them I can do it, and afterwards, yeah, a lot of people believed in me. A lot of people believed in the fact that, yeah, hard work beats talent. So,
And how
yes.
many years did you fight as an amateur and what weights?
I fought in total 15 years as an amateur. In the senior year, I fought, I think, every every weight division. The first year when I was 18, I boxed 56 kilogram. Then I fought 60, 63, 67, 69, and the last tournament was 71. So I fought every weight division, and now as a pro, I fight. My next fight will be at welterweight, so I'll go down to 66.7. Yeah.
Nice. And in the amateurs, and we see it with Usyk, we see it with Beterbiev and Bivol. Is there anyone in the amateurs you thought that's notable that you could come across in a pro scene?
Um, who I fought in the amateurs? I fought Jesse Ben Rodriguez at the Worlds, but
Wow.
he's now still
Yeah.
flyweight. I remember in 2015 we fought, and I think I lost even to split 4-1. I lost, and it was a tough fight. I won the first round. The second round was close, but I lost the third round. And Jesse Ben Rodriguez was a really good fight at this time. And you see now where he's at the pros. And I remember after the Worlds, he went straight to the pros, even as a 16 or 17 years old. You know, so yeah. But right now, at the welterweight, I have to think who I fought. Um, but yeah, we see, who will be world champion in 2 3 years, and then yeah, we fight them.
I love that. And let's talk about it there. You talk about your heritage and the strict background and Russian, German, and talk about how much that influences you and the culture, because many people that come from Europe or Eastern Europe or nations that have a tough background, they're like Cuba as well. They're very disciplined, they're very strict, and they're very professional when they go into the pro scene. So talk about how much it helps with your mindset.
It helps a lot because I love the Russian mentality. I love my Russian family. Even I love to go to Russia multiple times per year, but now because of the politics, it's hard to go there. Whenever I was in Russia, I also joined some training camps with the national team. I think one camp was in Siberia. I trained there in December. It was minus 30, minus 40. And I remember these hard days of training, and I'm like, okay, now I understand why the people are so tough and so successful, because they're really strong, strong, strong athletes, And whenever I go in the ring or train, I remember myself where I come from. So I remember where's the heritage from my father, which blood is in my veins, and that's something that give me power, you know, and I try to I try to implement this also in my daily training to remember where I come from and yeah, push myself to the limit. Yeah.
So currently, right now, you're based out of Germany, but you come to the UK for your training camps. When was the
Yes.
idea to come to the UK? And obviously, British boxing is on the rise, and to come over to the UK to fight.
Yeah. You know the I think every boxer's dream is to become a professional athlete, become world champion, to get the fame, to fight at MGM, to fight in Saudi. And pro boxing in Germany is not on a good road. So I knew when I turned pro, especially for my weight division, welterweight, it has to be abroad. So the best place not far from Germany is UK. UK is good with the Saudis. UK have the best promoters like Matchroom, Queensberry, and a lot of good managers there. So even as an amateur, I try to get some contacts with some good managers in UK, and yeah. So when I when I stopped my Olympic career, signed with a good manager from UK, Leon Sudbury from Takeover Sports Management, and with him we discussed how to boost my career here. So it's much better to build my career here in the UK, build my records and then go to the big stage, because Germany is still yeah it's not that good like 10 years ago, with pro boxing. But yeah.
And let's talk about that there. What gym do you train out of in the UK?
Right now I train at the Peacock Gym in Harlow. Yeah.
It's
So
one
it's a
of the
good,
best gyms in Britain.
yeah, one of the best gyms. I really like the level there. I really like the coaches there. It's also like a family, you know.
Mm.
Every day we push ourselves there. The connection with the coaches and the athletes are really good. And yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, tough sparring sessions. So the athletes come off around all gyms, and then they train hard. It's really good though, yeah.
Who's the best athlete you've sparred?
The best athlete of sport now in the UK, I think, is Pat McCormick. Yeah,
Oof.
I sparred at the Ben Davison gym. Yeah, tough.
That,
Yeah,
that's a
good.
great gym. So now
Yeah.
let's go into your pro career. Obviously, you've signed with Takeover Sport Management, Leon Sudbury. How does it feel signing with him?
It feels really good. He gives 100%. He gives 100% for his athletes. He helps me a lot to build my career here, because as a German fighter, it's not easy to yeah to fight in the UK. And he gives me the opportunity to stay here for free. He gave me a car, so I can go to training and all this stuff. So I'm very thankful and grateful for the work he does for me, and yeah, looking forward for the future. So he believes in me. I believe in him as a manager. We're in a good friendship, good connection, and yeah, only God knows where we'll be in a few years. Yeah.
And the goal, like you said, is to be a world champion. But I want to talk
Yes.
about it there. Talk about your professional debut and talk about chapter one.
My professional debut was in Germany. It was in Munich. So um, first we want to do my UK debut. My pro debut should be in the UK, but then the British Boxing Board said, no, as a German fighter, I have to do my first fight in Germany. So it was 1 week notice, and I fought in Germany against a tough opponent for the first fight. It was a 4 rounder, and then my UK debut in Brentford was really good. I fought 6 rounds the first time. I fought 6 rounds, and of course it's a different level as a pro, but I really enjoyed it. My family, friends come over to the UK, watched my fight, and yeah, it's good. So this year we're now planning to do 4 or 5 fights, And yeah, God willing, at the end of the year we'll be 7-0 and build step by step. Yeah.
I love that. And how many fights do you want to have this year? Obviously, last year you turned 2-0. This year, wait, you fought in February or December?
December. In
Yeah,
December, yeah.
sorry, because the cards were very recent, the top tier cards. So, 2-0 last year, and obviously that was done in a short succession in a few months. Talk about this year. Do you want to fight 5 times?
Yeah. We've planned 5 times. The most important thing is to stay healthy. You know, if you're healthy, um, you always you're ready, you can train. And so yeah, so we try to fight 5 times this year.
And many describe it as a different sport, but talk about changing from the amateur scene. Obviously, amateurs 3-3s or 3-5s to now going into 3-4s, 3-6s, 3-8s,
Yeah.
potentially 10s and 12s when it comes to world title fights. Talk about the change.
Um, the change is more mental, you know. It's like mental and how clever you use your skills and your power. So in amateurs, it's like three rounds. It's like a sprint. You give everything in 3 rounds, you know. But right now, for example, if you spar six rounds, yeah, you have to relax some rounds. Even some rounds you have to, yeah. For me, because I was a tempo boxer, you know, and that's something, yeah, I have to learn by learning by doing sparring, and get used to the rounds, you know. So yeah, it's more mental. It's like more calm, more relaxed fighting. You can use more skills because the tempo is slower, you know, and I really like it. Yeah.
Nice. Now let's go on to your first professional fight. You managed to fight in Germany for your debut, then you fought in Essex. Now you're fighting in London, and not only London, but you're fighting a spiritual home of British boxing, York Hall.
Yeah.
I can see how you are just announcing it, but does it give you shivers? Does it give you goosebumps to say that you're fighting where many of the greats, Denzel Bentley, Anthony Joshua, loads of great fighters and loads of people have made their debuts there and loads of people have become champions there and God willing the same with you. How does it feel fighting at York Hall?
It's really good. You know, like you said, it's a legend hall. You know, a legend arena. So many fighters fought there, and for me, of course, it's an honor to fight there. And also one of German fighters fighting on a show like Top Tier, fighting live on the zone. It's a prestige level. So you know, that's why, yeah, I push myself in the camp to show a good performance and show that, yeah, I'm the chosen one from Germany, and step by step, yeah, we step up in the level.
I love to hear that and that shows. Talk about the level of German boxing.
Yeah, but most of the events in Germany, I tell you honest, they're already fixed. You know, the opponents are fixed. So that's why it lost his yeah, seriousity, you know. And yeah, that's why I'm happy to be in the UK, because even the journeymen in the UK, they're tough fighters, you know, and they
Yeah, they
try
pull off
to,
upsets.
yeah, and they try to win, you know. But when you fight a journeyman in Germany, it's already fixed, and it's not the same as here, you know. So yeah.
And that's interesting to know, but unfortunate to hear. And who were your idols growing up in Germany? And who did you look up to, whether it was football, sports, or anything to do with boxing?
Um, in Germany, hard to say,
Even worldwide.
but worldwide, it always was Lomachenko. You know,
Mm.
I remember as an amateur, I watched his fights at the London Olympics 2012. I watched his fights at the WBS series where he fought as an amateur, and then when he turned pro. So I always was a Lomachenko fan, supporter, because I like his footwork, I like his Soviet style, and even as a pro, he didn't change a lot. He just fight like this for 12 rounds. That's crazy because sometimes when I move for 6 rounds, I'm like, respect, it's tough, you know. So yeah, Lomachenko right now, Bivol is one of my idols, and yeah, I try to I try to box like them, or um, take some skills from
Yeah,
them.
you try to emulate them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so let's talk about it here. Daniel Krotter versus Jan or Jon Rotter. The commentators are going to have a tough night.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, man. So I don't know who chose this, but yeah, will be a good fight. I think 6 rounds. March 30th. My opponent has 5 fights, 2 victories, 3 losses. He's also a young fighter, but a wild fighter. He when he steps up in the ring, he he want to win. You know, so yeah, will be a good fight on March 30th. Yeah.
And before we move on and conclude, I want to talk about something there. You mentioned German boxing. What could be done, or what could you do to help one day to, is it the funding? Is it the amateur gyms, the pro gyms? Or is it just that they don't have a display where they can promote their fights? Because we do get Germans fighting here, but majority of the time they do lose, like Arman Jojai. What can be done to promote German boxing, not only back home in Germany, but in the UK and worldwide?
Um. First of all, I think it's the media. Right now, no one knows a normal, ordinary man or woman in Germany. They don't know nothing about boxing. So 10 years ago, every German knew who's Vladimir Klitschko because they did some good events in Germany. Everyone knows who's Felix Sturm or Arthur Abraham. But right now, if you ask a normal guy who's Agit Kabayel, they don't know. So the media is important. We have no television in Germany. We have no media reporters. So the big events, yeah, there are no big events in Germany. So no media, no promo, no money. That's the problem. And what I can do is to become world champion as a German fighter in the UK and bring pro boxing back to Germany, like Felix Sturm did, like Vladimir Klitschko did. And yeah, that's one of my goals. I also try to bring German boxing back to the display.
I love to hear that, bro. And you mentioned it earlier, not only to show Germany on the world scene, but the fact it's live on the zone and they have the opportunity to download the app and watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yes.
And how many tickets do you think you're going to sell for this one? And how many tickets did you sell for the last two?
Last show, friends and family was about 20 people.
Mhm.
Flew over. I think this time will be the same, about 20, 25 tickets that will come to my fight from Germany. And I know it's a small circle, but always the same people that believe in me and support me. And yeah, I'm happy for them. So right now it's like my own family and friends, but soon I think I will get the UK UK fans on my side.
And that's the dream and that's the ambition, because you said you're fighting here. We're recognizing you. The media's recognizing you. Everyone's
Yes.
seeing you. You've got a high following and to show yourself to the British public. So I want to ask you there, what is your style? For anyone that hasn't watched you or watched your amateur career or pro career, describe your style. If you could describe it to any other pro, or describe yourself, because Daniel Krotter is unique.
Yeah. My style is like, so you have some classic Soviet Russian boxing style, learned by my father. My strengths are my footwork, my reflexes, and my speed. And yeah, I try to use my high boxing IQ to make my opponent a fool. To make him miss, make him pay. And at the end of the day, that's my boxing style: hit and not get hit. And yeah, that's my style.
I love that, like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson. And
Yes.
I want to say there, before we conclude, what can fans expect from you, not only in the UK, but in the coming years? Because, like you said, the goal is to finish 7-0 this year, God willing. Are you someone that focuses on knockouts? Is you someone that you want to show your skills and go in points? I know you can't control it. What happens, happens. But what do you want fans to remember you by or get to know you by in this next few years?
Absolutely, my skills. Like you say, I'm not focusing on knockouts. If it comes, it comes. And I try to show my skills, my footwork, my reflexes, and that's how I want to get the British fans on my side. So yeah.
Did you ever do any Russian tap dancing?
Sorry, what?
Did you ever do any? I believe I heard Lomachenko done it for 2 years. Russian tap dancing.
No, 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 no. Yeah.
And let's talk about it there. When would you like to fight for your first title?
Uh, Good question,
Mm.
but uh, good question. I think my first title fight will be in 2 years, so we see who will be there on the top level.
An ultimate question before I let you go. What's your one motivational message to the world for fans to block out the outside noise, block out the negativity, block out the haters, and follow and pursue their dreams?
Sorry again.
What's your one motivational message to the world for fans to follow their
Um,
dreams?
you know, in my 15 years career, I always recognize to never stop. Never stop, never give up. There were fighters that were better than me. They were stronger than me at this moment. But when you keep going, keep working, um, after 2, 3 years, you're getting better. You're getting better, getting better. Just never give up, and that's something I can motivate everyone. Even doesn't care which situation you're right now. Give 100%. Believe in yourself. Believe in God. Believe in the miracles you get every day, and never give up. And then you will achieve your goals. Yeah, sooner or later. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow, but in the future. Yeah.
And just before I let you go, what's your message to your UK supporters, your German fans, your Russian fans, and everyone that supports you worldwide who tune in on the zone to watch Daniel Krotter versus Jan Rotter? See, I made the
Yes.
mistake. And what's the message to everyone that supported you in your amateur career? The people are starting to get to know you now, your new fans, and what can they expect on fight night?
Yeah, they can expect a good show, a skillful show. They will see a good side from me, and happy to fight on this stage, and looking forward to, that the UK fans, German fans, Russian fans remember my name, remember my performance, and say this man has a good technique, good skills, and yeah, we're looking forward to see how his career's progress. Yeah, yes,
Love to it. Daniel Krotter, thank you for joining the channel. And
yeah.
God willing, see you down the line in the pro scene and a title very soon.
Yes, God willing. Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
right. God bless
one
you.
one thing. Let me ask you on camera because this is going to